Okay, day 2 on the recordings for the shoe shelf project. I'm gonna be showing you guys what's happened so far and what I've done. So obviously from the last few videos I've already shot, you can tell there's some progress has been made. But to let you know what's going on is at the very bottom, you have the space we're gonna be using for guest shoes on the bottom floor. And we have the first shelf where we're gonna put some boxes to hold our son's shoes. And second and third shelf, we're gonna be putting the flat shoes there. But if you look over at the side here, you'll see the side brace, instead of being straight, it's got a 15-degree slant in it. And that's because this is pretty much the best way to put the shoes with heels on them. We're probably gonna make about 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves like this. Old lady has a lot of shoes, and she's the one that asked me to do this, so I aim to please. Now, for this, right, remember the steps were take your wall measurements, find studs. If you don't have studs, you do exactly what I'm doing right now, because I don't have studs in this wall. So you put your lumber straight onto the wall, make sure it's leveled. You know, this side where your screws are gonna go. Once you find that, you know, you pre-drill into the wall. Once you pre-drill into the wall, you install your wall anchors. And after you install your wall anchors, you pre-drill your screws onto the lumber, and then use that as a guide to properly place your lumber, the brace, back onto the wall after pre-drilling. That will help you not have you know, like a misplace or a miss where you're supposed to put the screws in by visually watching them go in. Should help you keep things leveled. And once you do that, you screw everything in, and then you take the same measurement you usually use for the side brace, but instead of cutting them straight this time, you cut them at a 15-degree angle. And that is going to be the next thing I'll show you guys how to do. I spent over maybe 30 minutes last night trying to figure out how to do it, but eventually I got it.
Okay, as I said before, I was going to show you guys how to make that 15-degree cut on the miter saw. Unfortunately, I don't have the one with the hydraulics where you can pull it out and then, you know, make the cut. I just have the basic one. So, but still, I should be able to show you how to make it. Right now, it is set up to come down, you know, straight 0 degrees. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna unlock the neck, right? So we can twist it to where we want it at 15 degrees to come down and make that cut, okay? So behind my model, there is a knob that locks it into place. It might be different with different brands and models, but that's how mine works, so I had to figure it out. And then you spin it, right? As you spin it, my gauge for my ankles is right underneath the blade, is where I can see it. And you know, it's got the tick marks, and I got it on 15 right now, right? So now that it's on 15, what I want to do is make sure it stays in place. So that same thing, well, knob that I used to screw, right? I'm going to screw it back to make sure it stops. Now it's not going anywhere as I operate it. You see? But it stays. Now it comes down to 15-degree angle cut. Now, for the side, I don't even know what you call these sides here, but I'm gonna have to unscrew them, right, to make sure it comes by. Well, the blade doesn't cut through. the metal piece. I'm pretty sure sometime in the future there's gonna be a project where I'm gonna need to use this, but until then, I absolutely have no idea what we're using this for.
Now, I got my measurements for my side braces, which I'm trying to cut at the 15-degree angle. Now, I really have to eyeball it here to make sure, because what I want is, as the blade comes down, I want the final cut to happen at the end, you know, of the line. So let's say this is the portion I'm going to use for the board, right? Since this is the portion I'm going to use for the brace, when the blade is coming down, right, as it comes down at the 15-degree angle, the last cut, it has to happen at the measurement. That's how you know it's going to be accurate. You know, please, if you know a better method to do it instead of just eyeball it, please let me know. I have no idea how to do this. All right, but let's try and see what happens. Okay, so the best way I was able to eyeball it is take the marks I made, right, and put it at the center. So once I put it at the center, I try to eyeball it, see if it would in there. I don't know, I'm not too sure about this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the cut anyway. Slightly off, slightly, just a hair. I need to figure out if I need to move it to the left or to the right. If I need to take away more, I need to move it to the right. This is since it's, yeah, okay, slightly. Perhaps if I use this as a stop block. Now, perhaps if I use this as a stop block, that's a good thing to have when you have a project, especially when it relies on accuracy and you have to make multiple cuts the same length. You need a stop block. So perhaps if I use this as a stop block, let me see if it's gonna produce the desired results. As long as the other pieces of lumber is the same as the one I'm using right now, the stop block should give me the desired result as to where I need the cut to go. Okay, so let's see if my stop block works. Would you look at that? A nice, beautiful 15 degrees, 15-degree angle cut. All right. You see what I mean by the end of the cut happening, you know, right at the base of the measurement. That's what you need. Okay. And now I am gonna go back to the area of installation and, you know, get a fit and see if that works. And then I'll let you guys know how that went. Okay, so after coming back from measuring it, it did have a nice fit. Now I need a way to eliminate all the second guessing I was doing earlier, so I figured something out. So I take another piece of lumber, and the piece I cut that was accurate, right? And I'm gonna put it against my other lumber, which is the same thickness, both of them 1x2s. And then once I make sure they're straight, I'm going to put them against the device itself, the miter saw itself. So I'm making sure it's straight, and then I'm gonna draw the line on the other one. Okay, I did this for that. Let me see. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 8. I'm gonna try draw this on a few more. Alright. Got this one right here. So if I make this cut right there, I can make another cut here. That'll be too much. Christmas songs. And then up to the next one. Okay, now we make our repeated cuts. Okay, I'm gonna go to the line and check with the blade. You always make sure the blade is almost slightly outside of the line. Just like that, you got your cut. Ooh, look at that. Okay, bam. Okay, so behind me, you can see it that I have successfully installed the first of the tall shoe shelves. I think I'm about to do 4 more. It should be plenty enough. Like I said, I cut the side braces, at a 15-degree angle. So what I did not say is that I used some wood glue to attach it to the back brace, and then from there I went on to take the 1x12 and create the shelves by adding a strip that is roughly 1 inch and 1/8 thick, and I took some wood glue, put it in front of the 1x12, and then clamp them together, and then use a nail gun to insert some rat nails. They are so small, you can barely see it unless you're like looking for it really hard. So staple these on there. So once I had my shelves pre-made, all I had to do was put them on top of the braces and take some 2.5-inch screws. Pre-drill, of course, always pre-drill, because pre-drilling, I'm pretty sure there is a master carpenter that's gonna tell me that somewhere, but pre-drill, whenever I do it, I notice I get a lot less splinters in my wood. So if I am fixing a permanent fixture or something with anything thicker than let's say 1/2 inch, I'm pre-drilling.